everyone. As of these past 3 months, I'm currently preparing for an RCM Level 9 piano exam. There are 42 days left to my exam on April the 10th. In this video, I will show you all the aspects of the Level 9 exam, some tips and advice, and how I practice for each part of it. Level 9 doesn't offer a technical requirements book as they're only given from Preparatory A to Level 8. So what I did was I went online to download the RCM Piano Syllabus, the 2015 edition. In the syllabus, everything is put on the paper, and the technical requirements for every level is on the syllabus in a smaller form than on the books. I printed out the Level 9 technical requirements section in order to practice them. Every day I start my practice with the technical requirements, and it takes around 30 minutes to do so. In Level 9, RCM covers from C to F chromatically. Level 10 covers the other 6 keys from F sharp to B. Technical requirements are separated by 3 sections: the scales, the chords, and arpeggios. When practicing it new, play it at a slower tempo than indicated. If you were to play it at 104 beats per minute, then play it say 20 beats slower. Gradually raise the beat up little by little until you get to the required speed. It's best to practice the technical requirements first thing in your practice sessions, as by them you can warm up before playing the etudes and repertoire, which we'll cover next. For Level 9, you have to choose 2 etudes out of their syllabus. 2 etudes that have contrasting character and work on different aspects of technicality. I chose Bertini's Etude in C minor and Gurlitt's Etude in G major. The Etude in C minor is a study on the quick runs of the right hand. This piece is generally a dramatic one, full of 16th note passages and fortissimo sections on the front and back. A firm touch by the fingers is required. The Etude in G major is an etude to focus on musicality, the cantabile style of playing, and its character. Practice the pieces slowly and make sure that it's technically good first, then raise it to normal tempo and work on the expression and musicality if there is, as in the Etude in G major. In Level 9, contrary to Level 7, there are 4 sections where one has to choose 4 pieces rather than 3 as it is in Level 7. The 4 sections are List A, Baroque repertoire, List B, classical repertoire, List C, romantic repertoire, and List D, post-romantic 20th and 21st century repertoire. In order, I chose Bach Sinfonia No. 10 in G major, Haydn Sonata in A major, Op. 16 No. 12, Grieg's Butterfly Opus 43 No. 1, and Harold Arlen's Over the Rainbow arranged by George Shearing. For Bach's Sinfonia No. 10, the shaping of the 3 melodic lines is important. The theme is introduced first in the right hand, and that theme goes over to the second and third voice, interchanging the musical materials between the voices. What's important is to voice out the main theme, the first theme, to bring it out and be the lead, whether it be in the second voice or the third voice. In Haydn's Sonata in A major, the key aspect of the piece is the harmony, and showing the shifts between the harmony is important for it to be good, such as when the music changes, as it does frequently between A major and E major, show the harmonic change between those two. It should be played with small amounts of light pedal and not very much. Grieg's Butterfly is a light, graceful, and fluttering, as the butterfly ought to be, romantic piece. It's very important to get the rhythmic aspect of the piece accurate between both hands. They must be in sync, or else it will sound very muddy and sloppy and not light. It shouldn't be played too fast, or else you wouldn't be able to hear the rhythmic nuances of it. Over the Rainbow is a completely different piece compared to the others. It's a famous tune arranged by Shearing into a jazz style. To play this piece, one should show the unique harmony that is so characteristic of jazz and play it in an improvisatory way, as most of jazz is played that way. Practice the repertoire slowly and make sure that it's technically perfect first. Then gradually raise it to normal tempo and work on the expression and musicality. As with level 7, the 4 tests are the identification of intervals, chords, chord progressions, and the 4th one being the clapback and playback of a melody. There's the book for all levels called 4-Star, which has sight reading excerpts for you to sight read each day, which instills a habit of consistency. For the ear test online, there's a code on the back of the 4-Star book, which if you go to the RCM website and redeem a 4-Star code, you can enter it, and it will give you access to an ear test training website. Inside the website, the tests are number 1, rhythm and melody, number 2, intervals, number 3, chords, and number 4, chord progressions. The website gives you the option to do review tests or tests on the current level. For each test, there are 10 questions to answer. In intervals, the website will provide you with answers to click. The possible intervals are a minor second, a major second, a minor third, major third, perfect fourth, an augmented fourth or a diminished fifth, a perfect fifth, a minor sixth, a major sixth, a minor seventh, a major seventh, and a perfect octave. There's a play button which plays the 2 notes of the interval separately and then together. Then select the interval you think is correct. It's useful for recognizing intervals from songs. For example, the beginning of the song Over the Rainbow is an octave, which can help you when figuring out an octave during an exam because you remember the song and the interval that you associated with it. In chords, there are 5 different chords: a major 4-note chord, a minor 4-note chord, an augmented triad, a dominant 7th chord, and a diminished 7th chord. You would play the chord and figure out which of the 5 it is. Different chords have different flavors, but it's hard to explain since different chords feel different. The most I can try to describe is that a major chord sounds happy in a sense, a minor chord sounds sadder. An augmented chord sounds sour, and you can imagine it resolving to a major chord as the 5th is raised by 1 semitone, which makes it an augmented chord. A dominant 7th chord is unstable and wants to resolve into a stable chord. A diminished 7th chord sounds evil, whatever that means. There's also a lot of tension in this chord. In chord progressions, there are 5 possible progressions: the 1-4-5-1, the 1-4-5-6, the 1-6-4-5, the 1-6-4-1, and the 1-4-1-5 progression. Finding out which chord progression is the correct one is very simple. All you have to do is to listen to the deepest note, the bass line of the progression. That will tell you everything. The names of the progressions are related to the intervals taken by the bass notes. Take the 1-4-5-1 progression, for example. All chord progressions start on the tonic, or 1. Then in this progression it goes up a perfect fourth, which is why the second number is 4. Then moving up to a 5th, which leads and resolves back to the tonic 1. One of the tests is called rhythm and melody. For this test in an exam, you have to listen to an examiner play a 2-part phrase twice. Then you have to clap the rhythm of the upper part of the 2-part phrase. After that, the examiner will play it one more time. Then you're expected to go to the keyboard and play back the upper part of the 2-part phrase. On the website, each question will show to you which key the melody you will be playing is in, along with the time signature. For the first playing of the melody, identify the first note of the melody. Does it begin on the first note of the scale, the third of the scale, the 5th? Once you locate the interval, then associate it with the rest of the melody. Listen to the general direction of the notes and the patterns formed by those notes. Also analyze the overall rhythmic design and any distinctive rhythmic patterns. For the second playing of the melody is where after it you have to clap the melody back. For good results, I internalize the rhythm by counting the bars, hearing the beats if they fall on the beat, if it is an 8th note, if a note is longer, shorter. Some bars follow a straight rhythm, so for those you do not have to put your absolute concentration on. Remember the rhythmically difficult bars and clap it out. Double check the rhythm during the second playing and refresh yourself on any rhythmically hard to remember bars. For the third playing, analyze the melody and its notes. Is there any big jumps, connected lines? that will help you in playing the melody back as well. It's also good to imagine yourself on the keyboard doing the melody before actually playing it on the piano. And as always, for everything, practice every day, practice consistently and deliberately. Only then will there be good progress.